Okay guys, today we're going to take a quick look at what has been an awesome addition to my new desk setup, and that is NZXT's Relay audio system. Now that's not only these speakers, it's also the headphone stand, the microphone, and the subwoofer. So NZXT was nice enough to provide this for this video, so big thank you to them. I guess they still kind of remember, who I am. But it also matches aesthetically with the PC that I have going on, as well as this nice keyboard and mouse combo. I decided to put the speakers on their sides to mount underneath the monitor. It just fits my setup better, and I don't necessarily have space on the left and the right to stand them up on their own. I guess maybe I could have done some kind of wall hanging or something like that. But just the way this worked out, this monitor is now at the correct height for me sitting at the desk, and then the speakers fit directly below them really nicely, I think. And I think it looks great, and it functions really well too. Now, the magic of this setup is not necessarily the speakers themselves, it's actually the microphone stand. Now, this is called a SwitchMix. And what it does is it functions as kind of, the brains of the whole operation. The audio actually goes from the PC to the SwitchMix, and then you have plugged into the SwitchMix both your headphones and your speakers. So the SwitchMix actually tells it relays the audio to either your speakers or to your headphones, depending on what you want at any given time. And the beauty of it is that it actually remembers the audio volume for each. And the way you switch is you just take the headphones off of the hanger when you want to switch to the headphones. So you can see right now that we're at a volume level of about 50% on the speakers. And when I take the headphones off, we are at full volume on the headphones, and the lights turn green. So it lets you know that now the audio is being piped through the headphones. Put it back, and it goes right back to the speakers. Now this is going to be, I guess maybe harder to demo, but it's really easy to do. And once you set it up, I don't know if you guys could hear it coming out of the headphones now, but it's coming out of the headphones. So that is kind of magic, and I've never had any part of an audio setup that has been that easy to use before. One of the reasons why I really don't use headphones generally is because it's such a pain to switch the audio source, and I just don't want to be bothered, so I just use speakers all the time. But now, all I have to do is take the headphones off and put them on, and I'm listening through the headphones instead of the speakers, and then put them back when I'm done. So yeah, this audio setup is kind of magic, and it's changed the way that I use audio at my PC. Also part of NZXT's audio setup is this. This is their mini boom arm and their mini capsule mic. Now, the way I have this set up here is so that when I want to use the microphone, I could just pivot it over and in front of my face, and then you have to tighten these little pivot points here to make it stay. But essentially the way I have it set up is that it just comes right in front of me, just like this, and I can talk into the mic, and it's really easy to use. It's a USB microphone. The audio setup that I used to have on my PC when I was making videos was a condenser mic. And while the quality on those is honestly probably maybe a little bit better, this is perfectly fine for what I do now. And it just requires one cable that is routed down through this boom arm, and I have it tucked under my desk. So all I have to do is route one cable and plug it into the PC, and it just kind of works. You can enable it in the audio settings as your input device, your default input device, and it's recognized by OBS immediately. So it's just easy to use. And that's kind of what I am really gearing my setup for now. Because I'm making videos a lot less frequently, my aim is to have something that works as easily as possible when I need it to, and doesn't need to be overly complicated or even that sophisticated. My camera setup that I have up here is still the Sony a6400. I have my 2 Keylight Airs, and everything is mapped down to my Stream Deck down here. So when I press, oh, well, that fell over. All right, we fixed it. It was just, I just had to reopen the software. But yeah, so one button, the key lights come on, and then I can use either the face cam or the Sony camera, depending on what my needs are for the stream. So yeah, so just going for simplicity here, ease of use, and stuff that's not too time consuming or complicated. And the NZXT Relay audio system has proven to be really excellent. Really, the only complaint that I have about it is it times out pretty quickly. So the whole system, actually, the speaker setup will shut itself off if you're not using it, or even if you're listening to something at low volume, it shuts off. So I don't love that because that means that if I'm listening to something and my wife is, I don't know, watching TV upstairs or something, and I don't want to interrupt her, so I'm listening at low volume. Sometimes I'll be in the middle of like watching YouTube, and then it'll just shut itself off. And then I have to raise the volume so that it understands that there's audio coming through, and then it comes back on. So that is kind of annoying, but those cases are kind of few and far between. I have reached out to NZXT to see if possibly there's a way to bypass that. But in cam, as of now, there isn't. So I just kind of deal with it. But everything that they sent me has been great. The SwitchMix has been super simple to use and has really allowed me to use headphones, whereas before I never did. The headphones themselves are definitely, I don't know, they're good. Like I don't have any complaints. I think they're $100 on their own. So they're not low-end headphones or anything like that. They sound good. They're not audiophile grade, but they do come with a microphone attachment that I am not using. It's not currently attached. You can unplug it because when I need a mic, I just use their mini capsule, which also sounds pretty good. And then the audio quality out of the speakers is also really good. So everything overall, I would say, leans more towards just convenience as opposed to outright performance. Their Relay audio system is not going to be your audiophile grade anything, but it's going to be super convenient for a lot of users, and it looks really good too. So no complaints here. NZXT audio system, I've been really impressed with it so far, and go check it out. I'll leave a link down below. Thank you to NZXT for providing it, and I think the setup is looking pretty good. What do you guys think?